Society is increasingly divided. Our disconnect is rising. We cocoon, we Zoom, we react, and we post. We are outraged, we take sides, we distrust. Democracy may even be at risk. This isn't right. And I need to find some answers. I'm David Deaton, an abstract artist and creator of the TRIPTYCH dialogue, an art endeavor which asks everyday people questions about why we are divided.
I enjoy are bicycling, hiking, whitewater rafting, chess. The letter is R.
How would you describe the political system of the United States?
Well, first of all, it's a very strong two-party system that cannot be a third party has a very, very difficult time here. Now, there's some progress in moving into other points of view because you now have ranked voting in a few states, Maine, Alaska. I'm very much in favor of ranked voting because that gives people a chance to vote for candidates and then, as their second choice, list somebody else, and that will do the opinion. It will help project some of each individual's political views better than the two-party system does. I don't want to go to some of the extreme, France being an example, where you have so many different parties. Israel is another example that you can't get anything done. Now, we may make that claim for the United States that we can't get anything done. Obviously, somebody's vote in Wyoming counts a whole lot more than somebody's vote in California because we have senators have the same amount of weight, even though for each state. And then you have the filibuster, so that's going to make things very, very difficult. But other countries, when you go to a parliamentary system and you have a whole lot of splinter groups, they become insignificant too. So I'm not sure I have a good answer to which direction we should end up going. But I do think ranked voting is a good way to go, and we might be able to evolve into something slightly better. I think it's unfortunate that we don't have public financing of elections instead of individual financing of elections, because if you had public financing, then candidates somehow would get an equal amount of funding, and would not be as obligated to individuals or corporate entities. So I think it would be important to allow, but the U.S. is not going to do public funding in a long, long time. In our income tax form, we have something where we can check, whether we can do some funding there, but that's pretty insignificant.
And then the final question is your reactions to the current state of American politics.
Well, I may be more optimistic than most in the long run. I mean, our current situation is pretty pathetic. The dividing of the far right and the center is a real problem, and the worship of the golden calf of Trump is an unfortunate sort of situation. But on the other hand, when I look at 18, 20, 30-year-olds, I have a lot of hope. And my generation, I'm 73, my generation's going to die off. And I'm just hopeful that with that, we will have a much more progressive environment. And, I mean, healthcare is terrible in the United States as far as the way we fund it. Not the healthcare itself, for those that can afford it, is not terrible. I mean, probably the best area on cancer, but we don't fund it particularly well. We have a socialized medical system, and with the VA, we have single payer with Medicare, and we have, I don't know what you want to call our insurance companies, but these and I would say that Obamacare was a great step forward, but it has a long way to go. Anyway, I'm still optimistic that in the next 20, 30 years, things will improve. I mean, I never thought that the acceptance of gay marriage would improve the way it did. When I was young, interracial marriage was very difficult because housing was so segregated. It's not anymore. I mean, we still have lots and lots of problems, but I'm hopeful for our system in the long run, after my generation moves on. The word is ranked voting.